Hi there, and thanks for joining me. So in this festive video, I thought I'd show you how I made this little cork reindeer. Now this little reindeer is made out of 2.5 corks. So the good news is you get to drink 2.5 bottles of wine to get 2.5 corks. And everyone knows you can't have half a bottle of wine left over, don't they? So you get to drink 3 bottles of wine. Or you could just buy the corks like I did. So on the table, I've put out everything that you're going to need for this video to make one of these little reindeers. So you've got the 3 corks. And then you're going to need something to cut the corks up with. And I've got a little saw here that I use. And some glue. I'm going to use super glue today just because I want it to dry nice and quickly because we're on video. But ideally, you want to use something more like Yoo-hoo or one of the Gorilla Glues. And we're going to need a couple of goggly eyes, little red bead for the nose, a sparkly pipe cleaner for the antlers, and a pair of little pliers so you can cut that, some brown felt for the ears, and a little tail, and a pair of scissors to cut the felt. So they're really straightforward and they're great fun to make. They really are. And you can also put a hook on the back and sort of hang them as a Christmas decoration too. So I'm just going to move everything out of the way a little bit and we'll get started. So as you can see, the body is made out of 1 cork, so that's really easy. So one of these corks we do nothing with and we just pop it to one side. And then we cut another cork into 2, and that becomes the head, and then 1 set of the feet. And the feet is made out of 2 halves of cork, and then we cut those 2 halves again in half to make the feet. So we'll get starting with cutting the corks in half. I'll try and keep my head out of the video because I have to put my head in the video whenever I do anything like this. Oh, I've moved a little bit. I'm not sure it's quite half, but there you go. Obviously, it's not an exact size. It's just a little reindeer, isn't it? Now, corks are surprisingly hard to cut. You think, oh, that'd be really easy. Yeah, they're not. I was always amazed how long the little corks take to cut, to be honest. There we are. So that's 1 cut in 2. And then we'll cut the other cork in 2 as well. Try not to cut off my fingers on video because that wouldn't be good, would it? So I can't believe it's only 5 weeks to Christmas. Where does the year disappear to, eh? Has everyone finished their Christmas shopping? I hadn't even started mine yet this year. I'm so disorganised. Right, there we go. We're cutting 2. So one of these pieces will become the head, and it will sit on the cork like this. And the other ones will become his feet, and they need to be cut in 2 again, like these ones, to make his little feet. So we get 1 half of the cork, and we just saw that in 2 again. So the good news is you've got another half a cork left over, so you can make another reindeer if you drink another 3 bottles of wine. Oh no, 2 bottles of wine it would be, wouldn't it? Yes. Okay, so that's one of them cut in 2. And we'll do the same with the next one. Well, that one's actually already got lines on it, so that's quite handy. Some of the corks are like that, aren't they? And This one keeps getting caught on the saw for some reason. There we go. I mean, some corks are much easier to saw through than others. Some of them must have like a bit of a hard spot in them. Very bizarre. So you can't imagine cork being so different, really, can you? It's just a soft piece of wood, isn't it? You think, oh, it's really easy to saw through, but deceptively hard. Either that, I've got deceptively blunt saw. Probably it's the only thing my husband trusts me with. So right, okay. So we've got the cork for the body, cork for the head. I'm going to put that to one side, and some cork for his feet. I'm just going to have a little tidy up, move all these bits of cork out the way. Okay, so we're now ready to start gluing everything together. So we've got half a cork cut in two for each set of the legs. And then we've got half a cork for the head, and then a full cork for the body. So I'm going to use super glue for this, just because I want it to be glued nice and quickly for the sake of the video. I'm not sure super glue is ideal for this job, really, because it's a little bit brittle. But I'd normally use something like Yoo-hoo and just allow it to dry in between gluing things on there. And also, I get myself in a right mess with super glue. I'm not the tidiest of people, I have to be honest. So wait and watch me super glue my fingers to the reindeer. So there's his head going on. And we'll do the same with his feet. So it's always worth eyeballing up the little feet, deciding where you want them to go. Bearing in mind you have to fit two on. They don't quite fit usually 100%, so you sort of have to overhang the body a little bit. Like this. And they go on. You can make them look quite quirky. Sometimes you can put their heads at a funny angle, put their feet on a little bit of an angle, and they look like they're dancing, so they're quite sweet, really. So start gluing some of these feet on. And we'll glue the next foot on. And then we'll glue his little front legs on. Same idea. Just get the glue. Okay, and that's his third leg glued on, and we'll just do his last leg now. Put the lid on the super glue, because I'm bound to glue something together that shouldn't be glued together. So I'm using activated glue here just to make the super glue dry a little bit quicker. Obviously, if you're not using super glue, you won't need that. And ordinarily, you can just wait for it to dry, can't you? And there we go. He's got his little 4 legs now on his body. And we'll do his antlers next. So the antlers are just a piece of pipe cleaner, which you turn into a V shape. And have a little think about how high up you want his antlers to go. Are they going to be big, tall antlers, or in between shaped antlers, or short, dumpy ones? And I think I should do them sort of that sort of length. That's a bit, well, actually, that's a bit long compared to the other one. So I'll make them a bit shorter, I think. Just eyeball them to see how you're going to fancy them, and then just snip off the other side. And I just literally put a V on the back of his head like that and super glue them on. But obviously, reindeer have other little bits that come off their antlers, don't they? So just eyeball an amount that you think would be quite nice to come off the antlers and snip off. Oh, attached to each other. Snip off a couple of pieces, and then you can wrap these pieces around the main antlers. like so. And you might even decide you want another small piece as well. Sometimes these reindeer have most intricate antlers, don't they? And that one over there is a bit long. I'm a bit symmetrical, I am, so I prefer them to be similar. Oh, maybe I turn it around again when it's got it a little bit loose. So yeah, just make that one there a little bit shorter. And then we'll put another couple of pieces on. So I think I'll do some shorter pieces to go on the top. So I'll just eyeball that and cut that in two. And I'll put a short piece there to make it look like he's got a little piece growing off the top there. And do the same on that side. And obviously you can use any colours, tints or pipe cleaners you like. Or you could just use plain pipe cleaners if you had them, prefer to use that. I personally like to use the glittery ones because it makes it more Christmassy. And then we're just going to stick these antlers on the back of his head, like so. Get the white glue, nearly picked up the wrong glue there. Just going to put a dollop of super glue, then use the spray again. Okay, and there we go. You can see he's becoming quite a little reindeer, isn't he? So what do you reckon now? Googly eyes and the nose, or do we leave those to last? Maybe we do his ears and his tail next. So we got some brown felt. We just need to cut out some little ears and a little tail for him there. I guess you could use a template if you wanted to, but I'm just going to eyeball what I think might be his little tail. I'd normally have to get closer to see what I'm doing, and I can't get that close because I'm on camera. So not always that easy to see what I'm doing when I'm this distance away, so my apologies on that. We've got a little tail now stuck on, so that's rather cute. And we'll do the same with his ears. We'll cut out a couple of pieces for his ears. I always like to do the ears as well as pinch them a little bit so they become like a little ear shape. And a little dab of glue. Pinch them shut. Have a little dab of glue. Shut. And then we'll find somewhere where we think his ears will look quite cute. Okay, so I'm just going to glue these ears into position. And have his ears coming out to the side a little bit. Like the first one, he's got his ears on top of his head. This one's going to, I think, have them out to the side. Okay, so let's do some ears on. So I've put his ears off to the side on this reindeer, whereas this reindeer's got his ears on top of his head. But this one's antlers like to sit up nice and tall. And it's time for the googly eyes, I think. So I get a googly eye and pop it on there. I'll just use the activator spray. So it's done nice and quickly. And we'll just do the other googly eye. Make sure we're happy with the position. Okay, so there he is with his little googly eyes. He's coming to life now, isn't he? And last but no least, we will pop a little red nose on. Pop that on the top there. So there you go, a little fun, festive reindeer all ready for Christmas. As I say, 2.5 corks, a little bit of brown felt for his ears and his tail, a couple of googly eyes, a little bit of sparkly pipe cleaners for his antlers, and a little red bead for his nose. It's as simple as that. So I hope you've enjoyed watching that video with me and see what fun they are to make, and hopefully you might give them a go too. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. I really do appreciate everyone's comments and suggestions as well. So if you've enjoyed it or if you've got any comments, please pop them below. I'd also love to see if you make any makes yourself, and I've got a Discord as well where you can come and join and post pictures of what you've been making. So hopefully you'll join me there. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.